Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah, alhamdulillah. And I wish I could think of something humorous to say before I start this session, but I really can't, you know. I mean, basically every interaction with any, Arab or Desi, it's always disappointment. And, here, myself, and so many converts, we lost our lives with our deen, okay? The community destroyed our lives, all right? So I'm not in a mood, right now. I'll see if I can come up with something funny to say later, but this subject here is, it's going to be very serious because, you'll see why. But most Muslims have never seen a serious Islam. Okay, I've talked in previous videos about operational Islam, okay, and that's what I grew up in. And I think the early converts, okay, like decades ago, the African American brothers and sisters, whether they were converts or if their parents had converted, okay, but American masajid and American communities have always been operational, okay? Like I was talking about the Islam of Medina, okay? But the Arabs and Daisies don't even know what the word function means, much less any operational Islam. They've never been around a serious Islam, okay? So, with all of the dysfunction, with the massive crimes they've committed against the mission of Dawah and against the converts and our children, with them being, having been under the adhab of Allah for decades, with them right now very likely coming under the ghadab of Allah, the wrath of Allah. Allah has raised up fascism everywhere that Muslims live. And it now the question is, okay, how can you get them to correct themselves, okay, when you can't even talk to them serious like an adult, okay? Because they get butthurt and they get offended, okay? So I'm trying to make clear here, and I know like every convert knows this stuff. We grow up as adult human beings. Arabs and Daisies are childish people, okay? And unfortunately, their masajid perpetuate this. And the way their imams talk, oh, Allah, oh, Islam, Baba, okay? It's all childish, okay? And there are times that you have to get serious and you have to be able to talk like an adult. Polite, gentle talk is not the way of Islam when Muslims are not responding to emergencies in the community, to the threats against them, which the threat is actually from Allah. Allah is sending people, okay, to wipe you out. And when Muslims are facing the adhab of Allah. Okay? So, I mean, this mentality and this, I was talking to some brothers, any of the converts, at least, who were around, say, 30, 40, 50 years ago, okay, we grew up in a serious Islam and in a moving Islam and in a working Islam, And it's only when the Arabs and Daisies came in, the ignorant people, the failed Muslims, the people of Hawa, the people who just enjoy their lives, and never do anything right, never do anything serious. It's only when they came in and took over the masajid and established their quasi-Islam program, okay, that everything went downhill. Everything in the community is wrong. Everything fails. And then, you know, if you're somebody in the community who knows Allah's deen and has years or decades of experience and you need to talk serious, but these people are so used to being talked to, okay, like, you know, Mr. Rogers. And I love Mr. Rogers, okay? But in serious situations, you know, Mr. Rogers, his program was for kids. His program wasn't for adults. So he was always, you know, nice and, you know, informative and, you know, smiling, and all his people, you know, Lady Aberlin, you know, so cute, and she had a big smile always, you know. But, you know, because our masajid, the imams, the quasi-Islam program, the celebrity guest speakers, and they're always so, you know, and all they talk about is, you know, the happy news, you know, for the happy Muslims who think like little children. Okay, and so anybody serious in the community, then everybody's like, whoa, I can't believe this guy's actually talking like this. Wallahi, I had one idiot Muslim call me an Islamophobe, okay, because I was talking harsh about Muslims. Okay, I'm fixing to get into the reality. Okay, Allah in His book has spoken very sternly, very seriously, and at times harshly. Okay? But again, you're people, you don't know the deen. And unfortunately, even today, most converts today also don't know Islam. It's all hearsay and opinions and ideas and happy Muslim and blah 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 blah, you know. And that's mainly because the community not only never established the right program, but those of us who have established the right programs, you know, we can't get the forum and we can't get funding, and we can't continue, you know. So even converts then are, you know, just like left. Their only option is this childish, imaginary Islam. You know, so I'm saying here, see, this is Lady, what was her name? Lady Aberlin, you know. It's, I mean, guys, it's been, you know, 50 years since I watched Mr. Rogers, you know. And she is a sweetheart. But again, the show was made for children, okay? You can't have an Islam like that. You can't have a masjid like that. You can't have, you know, Islamic education like that. Today's Muslims cannot handle truth. And Islam requires you to be able to handle truth. Okay? Islam is a confrontation of the wrongs inside us. And I'm going to get more and more into this. Yani, Amr bil ma'ruf wa nahi anil munkar. Okay? It requires you to confront. Okay? The Rasulullah saying, the believer is a mirror for another believer. Okay? You have to be able to speak to your brother or sister. Okay? Frankly. Because this, you know, when you take all of your deen only as, you know, good news, you end up with deluded Muslims who think that exactly like what we have today, and exactly what Rasulullah said in following Yahud and Nasara, that you will follow them in every way, deluded into thinking that, I have barakah, and I'm after this I go to Jannah. Okay, no, you are criminals against Islam. Allah has sent destruction on 26 Muslim countries, and now Allah is bringing fascism to wipe you out in America, to wipe you out in Europe, you know, India, the Middle East. Fascism now is everywhere you find Muslims. And it is from Allah. And I've been over this and shown the evidence and the proofs. All right? And like I was talking about, someone called me an Islamophobe. Okay, I'm a Muslim for 33 years. I studied Allah's Deen. My nature is to be very serious, very factual, and I have developed the most advanced programs in the history of the American Muslim community. Okay, and you have some shithead, and he was actually a convert, calling me an Islamophobe. Okay, but he's, Wahhabi anyway. Idiot. But anyone speaking truth in the community then, oh, this is an extremist. Well, I swear by Allah, I'm fixing to go into verses of the Quran and the words of Rasulullah and the words of Sahaba and the words of some of the early Imams of the Ummah, and I guarantee you, 90% of the people who watch this can say, oh my God, this guy's an extremist. Okay? And I know it's coming. Okay? I know how stupid Muslims are. But serious talk is required. Okay? Converts have had our lives destroyed. We have to be able to explain it in real language. Okay? Your people destroyed Islam. And because you did that, you're not going to Jannah. That's not the train you're on. Right now, if you stay as you are, first thing coming, Allah's going to wipe your people off the earth. And then Yom Al-Qiyamah, your book will be opened, okay? And while you're seeing Jahannam over there, and then your book is opened and it shows the crimes you did against Islam all through your life. And then here come the converts as witnesses against you. And Rasulullah is standing with us and all of the Sahaba, okay? They're our brothers and we are their inheritors. We are the inheritors of Allah's Deen, okay? And we're witnesses against you. So how can we help you if we can't tell you the truth? That's the point here, okay? It's not just we're trying to stop the crimes that you commit against converts all the time and you've done it for decades. That has to stop, okay? And that's the most important thing in Allah's Deen. But we're also trying to stop you from destroying yourselves. And I'm gonna get into then verses of the Quran, the speech of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We're trying to save you from Jahannam, because right now that's where you're going. Okay. How can we help you if we can't talk real like adults? Okay, I'm gonna cut off now and come back. Please come back. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.